workers working on their charts. They become their charts. They take them home. That's at a big meeting. So what are all these structure tests? I'm going to give you a quick few examples, and then I'm going to be done. So the structure tests, they always start out as simple hand-signed petitions. We start with a lot of hand-signed. Always, for me, the rule that I was taught is hand-signed petitions. The petitions are short and simple. These are all the words that are on the petition, like, we want a great contract, you know, we stand united for a great contract. I do not mean what the left does. I do not mean 25 gazillion words on a piece of paper. I mean a simple petition with 3 sentences. It's very hard for us to do that, I know, a lot of the times. You don't need every fact ever about the contract on the petition, just 3 sentences. And then we hand the petition to the organic leader, or the person that we think from their workers is the organic leader. And we hand it to them. And we say you've got 5 days to get 100% of your unit. So it's unit by unit, workplace by workplace. This is how they just had 34,000 teachers out on strike in Los Angeles. They did all of this. So we start with this because it's not social media, it's not Facebook, it's not sign on in the dotted line. We're testing our worksite structure. The foundation of the house of power, and whether or not we will have 100% out strikes is our worksite structure powerful? And each one of these hand-signed petitions tests which units we're strong in, which units we're weak in, and therefore prioritizes for all of the workers on the organizing committee where they have a lot of work to do to get it to 100%. What we don't spend any time doing is talking to the already pro-union workers. No, sorry. If you're a pro-union worker, you're not going to get talked to. You're going to come to a big meeting, because you will come, or you're involved in trying to win over the units where we have a problem. So that's what the structure test, the dots you saw on the charts are. Each one of them is some kind of actual test that lets us test and assess the workplaces, factories, schools, hospitals, fill in the blank, which ones are strong and in good shape, which ones are weak. So that's another example, different hospital, different campaign, it's a bunch of workers. And what we do when we make them big, we get the hand-signed little petition, then you mount them on big placards, then you do what's called the March on the Boss, and the workers march it up to the CEO and slam it on the CEO's desk at a lunchtime action to show the boss that they're united and to put all the signatures forward. This is like a 95% petition to start letting the CEO know in a contract talks, we're totally united in this hospital, and if you don't surrender, you're gonna see a strike. And we don't have to say it, we just show it. Here's all the signatures, and they're not scared to show them to you, and they're marching them to your office. So it's demonstratable supermajorities, and it's allowing us to fine-tune where we're weak. They're just endless. We just do them constantly. That's why I say constant structure tests. These are all different supermajority petitions. This is this big campaign in Philadelphia, where they won, this is Marnay's hospital. And there were 1,000 nurses in that hospital, and they were about to march upstairs. And by the way, if I held the camera, I was getting dragged out. But there were like 50 security guards about 1 minute later as they went up to confront the CEO of the hospital. So that's it. And then we start to, we just start to escalate them, because a strike is the ultimate one. So then you do photo posters, supermajority. Then you move into negotiations, supermajority. A few more pictures. Supermajority. So this is me leading negotiations. My goal in negotiations is to get every worker to come into the room at least once, just for an hour or two. So I bargain with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of workers at once in the room, and they're a structure test. We have a dot on that chart. Has every worker showed up to see what's, and this is not normal. Let me just tell you something. That does not happen in most of the United States of America, at all. So these are all negotiations. I was trained to lead negotiations with thousands of workers at a time, and that's what I do. So that's actually workers in negotiations with the employer.